holy night. The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining.
Pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And the soul felt his word. A thrill of hope.
The weary world rejoices, for yonder break a new and glorious morn.
A pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
And how are we doing this evening? Yeah, I'm in that kind of joyful Christmas mood this evening. It is our last broadcast before the Christmas holiday. They said I'm going to sing this evening. Voice tuned by Sister Julie Dubois, Victorious Seventh-day Adventist Tabernacle Choir. I had that talent, I could sing. Go ahead right now and share the live. Let them know that Royalty James is on. Class is in session. Come on, tag somebody. Let's get interactive this evening. To sing along. Who's ready to sing along?
This is Caribbean Vibes.
After heaven, angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mine, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful Lord, nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With an angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark to hear all angels sing, glory to the newborn King. I love the J-I-N-G-L-E bells. I love the J-I-N-G-L-E bells. I love the J-I-N-G-L-E-B-S-S. I love the J-I-N-G-L-E.
Let me sing along.
Sing it.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh.
We're starting the evening this way. Jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow and a one-horse open sleigh. Come on, the ClassRoom need to be singing along this evening, eh? It is our last little broadcast before the Christmas holiday season.
What fun it is to ride in a sleigh song tonight.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride. Tag somebody.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
So the difference between them and me, I'm multi-talented. I love the Jingle bells. I love the Jingle bells. I love the Jingle. I love the Jingle bells. Who know this song? One Christmas Eve, casually I was walking
down the street.
One Christmas Eve, casually I was walking
Down the street.
I was attracted by the voice of a little boy as he strolled along the street, no shoes on his feet. As he walked, he continued to repeat. He said, listen mama, I want you to tell Santa Claus to bring a trumpet and a concertina for me. I'm so lonely, I have no children home by me. Ma, you don't know how happy your son will be.
Hey.
Drink a rum and a punch a creamer. Mama, drink if you drink it. Man, it's Christmas morning. Listen, enough of this. Would you like to join your sonny? I am over here in this very lovely country.
Darling, for the Christmas, I hope everything is happy. Come and join the chorus, cause we going to have a party.
Drink a rum and a punch a creamer.
This is Christmas morning. I say drink if you're drinking.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're going to take it down a bit. I know some of you all have been enjoying the Christmas season, the mere fact that you love the season. I know definitely many of you all have been enjoying the season. However, I want us to get into a little meat of the matter today. Alright, we want to have the conversations that we usually have. Alright. So a pleasant good evening to each and every one of you. Today is the 28th day of December and the time is approximately 8 minutes past 6. I hope everybody would have had themselves a wonderful evening. And so I know despite all the merry, there would have been some persons within the western side of the island and more so to the east would have had some inclement weather yesterday, which would have brought destruction to properties and areas. All right, I believe that a press conference was held today. I saw it, very briefly by NADMA, and I think information was given as it relates to that. All right, as it relates to the approximated damages that was done, we cannot see, but we do know that there are some persons who would have experienced yesterday some destruction due to the weather conditions that we would have experienced. Ladies and gentlemen, it could happen to any one of us. It is a natural disaster, it's a natural occurrence, and so nobody can be 100% prepared for things of those nature. When you speak of water, fire, and wind, those have actually no way of stopping whenever they have gotten what we consider to be out of hand. All right, and we do know that some persons today would not be in the best of living conditions, and so we want to extend to you guys in terms of a speedy delivery from whomever authorities that can render such assistance would do so in a timely manner. All right, we do extend to the many persons that we would not want it to happen to neither one of us. All right, neither one of us will not want to experience this, as we say, in front of the Christmas season right there. So ladies and gentlemen, to whomever it might be, I want you guys to start reaching out to whoever in whatever way maybe you can find out, because I think there is a conversation as it relates to somebody whose house, a tree would have fallen, a house, and there are other areas where stone would have caused damages. We were seeing that water was one of the things that, you know, was a problem also yesterday too. So we want to extend to all the persons who would have experienced whatever the instructions that came their way. We want you guys to, you know, be able to at least, you know, get some assistance from the rightful authorities. All right. It have been seen on social media that there have been 2 persons who have been missing out at sea for quite a number of days. I haven't heard any form of urgency as it relates to it. I don't know whether or not that the Rugged Police Force are actually working on it, but I would have seen persons making comments here and there on Facebook. We do hope that the young men would be found, and so they would be found in good health. All right, we do know as it relates to the borders, especially Venezuela and Guyana, there were issues in that area. We're praying that they have not become, you know, circumstances or persons who would be, you know, caught between, you know, circumstances that would have brought them to that levels. All right. I want to say good evening to my wonderful friend out there in the diaspora. She's extending a warm big up to her father, Christopher Harley, and his wife, all right, out there in Canada. So a pleasant good day to Christopher Harley and his wife, coming from your daughter, Anik. So pleasant good evening to you, sir. All right. They are not found, and it has been 8 days. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is one that we need to send prayers and, you know, whatever comfort we can do for family at this time. We would want to extend this. All right. So let's jump into a bit of conversations now. You know, we go take a little conversation. You understand me? You must talk a little thing. However, today I was intrigued as it relates to a status that I saw on Facebook, and I realized that I was actually tagged in the status. But the thing about me, 9 days now. Okay, all right. So yes, as I was said, I was actually tagged in this, and I want persons to, and as I saw Mr. Richards just joining, I want persons to understand that this program is not geared every time to say, hey, you know, government this and government this and government that, but it is a caution to many of us. Because we never can predict the future, and maybe come 2-3 years away, the new National Party might be back in office. And I want persons to understand that the whole aspect of this is understanding that we need to hold government accountable. In support, not in support of, we need to always hold government accountable and politicians accountable for each and every citizen. Not just believing that, okay, an MP win election, so all NDC should go home. Or NDC wins election, all NMP should go home. You don't want to start growing that levels. And so you want to start shaking out that at one point or the other. And I know, the level of slur that was shown out at the past Prime Minister. And this status that I'm about to read really brought to light what me as a person, not just supporting the new National Party, but as a person, this is my stance. And holistically, this is my stance. And let me just read the status, and I want you to understand the status. It says, beware of being blinded by your dislike for Keith Mitchell. You hear that part? Beware of being blinded by your dislike for Keith Mitchell. It may prevent you from seeing the relentless wave of lies and deception unleashed by our current leader. we must hold the current Prime Minister and his team to the same strict standard. Let me read that part again. We must hold the current Prime Minister and his team to the same strict standard. If we don't, we risk creating a monster unlike any we've seen in our history. It goes on to say, don't let the glossy social media show intoxicate you to the point of ignoring the impending catastrophes this government is steering us towards. Soon, the towering wall of lies will crumble and the harsh reality will be laid bare for all Grenadians to witness. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a point when all that man could do will come to an end. We can put whatever we want on our fingers as it relates to, why NNP lost the last election. But let me say this. When God has his way, it's his way. We could put whatever. Kid Mitchell should have left. They should have paid the pension, whatever. But when God wants to have his way in both good or bad, he allows things to happen. We have seriously dropped the standard in Grenada in what we were not accepting and what we have started to accept. Right? Somebody's asking me to read it again. We have gone to the point where we have started accepting things and we just keep a quiet mouth, about it. And other things, once it involves Keith Mitchell and the New National Party, you hear it louder than the issues. And most of them are similar. Most of them are similar. Now, I could recall, and it brings me to the point, in the initial stage, for those of us who are old enough to know, when Higher Granby Street was an area that was locked off on Fridays and Saturdays for vendors. When the New National Party had agreed to move persons to the National Stadium, there were a whole heap of noise by the opposing side and other persons. The persons went there. They were given proper accommodation, proper information on when to move and when, how, and times to be moved, and so on and so forth. In every change, there might be a little grumpiness, and persons may take a little while to settle down. But this is the second time, ladies and gentlemen, I am witnessing in Grenada the level of protocol being established by this administration, and in this case, in the use of the Royal Grenada Police Force. And I continue to speak on the basis that there is a manner in which things have to be carried out, people. I'm telling you honestly today, having looked at the clip after it gone wrong and I got it. I believe to myself there is a standard that must be kept, ladies and gentlemen. Forget politics at this stage. If you as an individual think of the livelihood of a human being, I think that proper protocol must be established. If you ought to move vendors from one point to the other, you can't tell me today I was at my spot selling. By 6 o'clock in the morning, officers went there, break down whatever. And then Tuesday morning, when I am ready to again start my business, you tell me I have to move. Come on, people. Put aside politics. When something is wrong, it is wrong. When something is wrong, it is wrong. You can't run from it. You cannot run from it. And it's okay to stand and say, listen to me, that is not acceptable. In support of a party or an administration, And it doesn't necessarily mean that the blame is laid on any one person within the present administration. There are persons responsible for those things. And so I believe that if you're going to move vendors, the proper thing to would have done to meet with them on Monday evening, even if it's Monday evening, at least they can say they were not informed. But I'm certain these persons were there since last week. This person was in the area since last week. Even if you had somebody come around and maybe get their numbers and call them individually, or you could tell me on Christmas week, persons out to make their little vending, and you move them from one spot to the next. Come on. Come on. No one person could tell me in the same humane mind that you're going to agree for something like that. That this morning or last night you slept in your house comfortably, and then tomorrow you rent, pay, everything good, the landlord thing, and then tomorrow you come and your place lock or the place break down. No person can tell me they're in agreement with this. And you see, the thing about it is this. There is a lot of persons, and understand what I'm saying. There is a lot of persons, and it doesn't happen just in this administration, you know. I was one person who took a stance even when NNP was in power. I used to always curse people for that. Your party in power, and you just had the feeling that you could do what you want. And at the end of the day, your name is not on a ballot paper. At the end of the day, you're not a minister of government. You don't hold no post. Nobody's expected to micromanage you. But if the ministry gives you some form of role, there's a way or a way of going about it. So we're not pointing specifically hands at this minister or that minister. But if it falls under the specific ministry, it's only obviously you go out to take the fire. If not, then that person is supposed to lose their work. Because I cannot understand, even if as the minister of government, hears that person saying, like, okay, we didn't know this money and we didn't know this, and they move us. Somebody need to come and say something by now. This is a livelihood of persons, and most of us, we look at see on the life, who live over by the market area of the. This place is not a place to put vendors. The stench that comes from the fish market alone is bad. Boatmen coming in from in the back there, sometimes based on how we catch or whatever it is, there might be, dead fishes on the ground there or whatever else. You can't say to me that you're just going to move persons within hours, and I can't say a day, within hours, because the persons would have left their items and so on there the day before. Police officers, it's to the understanding, and which I'm subjected to correction, that they came the morning, they mashed down what they had to mash down, and then the persons were told that they have to move. How humane is that? Let's be realistic. How humane? How can you accept something so, my God? On the basis of what you support a political party? On the mere fact that you're saying, okay, well, they have to understand it's change. But yes, we are not. And the thing about it, what person does not understand, we know that there will be changes. We know that government will want to implement things. We know government will want to make certain transformation. But my God, there is ways of doing it. You did it the first time with the vendors at the stadium. You understand the uproar about it. You come back again, you do it again. So this is the auction. This is the livelihood of people. And you can't just expect a vendor at the end of the day to just say, well, okay, you know what? We move in. And just want to expect them to pick up the items and move. You all have to do better than that. You will need to do better than that. This is not the first time, not the second time, not the third time this administration and their followers, or whomever they put in charge, they're just not following proper protocol. There is procedures to those things. There are procedures, ladies and gentlemen, to those things. Persons are not there to lie. They are not there to lie. They come to make a little money. So let's do better than this. Right? Let us do better than this. I don't know how soon they go change it, but it's Christmas week. So let's hope something comes up. Now, I want to read something because I like to keep you guys informed. And it's factual information. My dear friend Carla Walcott this morning was at it this morning. All right, let's go. NIS Grenada, National Insurance Scheme. New NIS pension formula. Effective January 1st, 2024, our pension formula will be adjusted. The new formula, 29% for the first 500 contribution weeks, plus 1% for each additional 50 contribution weeks. Old formula was 30% for the first 500 contribution week, 1% for each additional 50 contribution week. To request a pension estimate or more information about the change, contact our customer service office or the customer service team on 440-3309 or 458-6060. Customer service at nisgrenada.org. Somebody saying, if there is pension payment, what's the need for NIS again? Asking for the market vendors. Now, my dear sister today would have posted that Scarlett Walcott. She says, good morning, bookers. Did you all realize that the National Deception Congress reduced NIS benefits by 1%, although we are paying more? Where is the voice of the union? No, my dear sister, and as I always tell people, with this administration, forget the headlines. Forget the headlines. Forget the nice thing you see up there. Forget the headlines. The headlines usually sound really good. When you see the headlines, you're in awe. And sometimes it shocks you because you're wondering, so why Dr. Mitchell could not have done that? Why NMB could not have done this? Read between the lines, people. This administration have a way of deceiving people. And the level of the deception is going to hold on. Come back and haunt them. Take your time. It's going to come back and haunt them. But I can say to you from the get-go that don't be part of the crowd who simply listens the headline. Don't take no explanation and run with it. Right? Listen carefully. Listen very carefully when you hear these people and them speaking. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, I did say that this evening is going to be an interactive evening. I know Brother Sheldon normally does it and other persons do it. But today I want to really give persons the opportunity to call in. Really want to give you guys the opportunity to call in. I don't know whatever throughout the year, whatever issues that you would have had, whatever conversation that you know of, any information that you have that you're willing to give to us, you can give to us. So at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, you can call in. I would accept your calls. Once you want to have a conversation, we're going to have a conversation. So you can call me on 536-5843. That number again, 536-5843 via WhatsApp, and we can have whatever conversations you want to have. Remember, you must be respectful. One person should not be insultive, obscene, or in any way threaten anybody or defamate anybody's character. All right? So today, I'm giving you guys the opportunity. You have a whole half an hour to work with today. So I need to hear 1 or 2 or 3 persons' voices today. All right? So you can call in right now. The number again is 536-5843. Let's have a conversation. Season greetings to each and every one of you. Who's going to be that first caller? What is the conversation that you want to have?
Every time parang season comes around, day and night I hearing the same old song as I pick up.
Would you like to hear this?
And resign as a politician. Resign. Give it up. It's not for you. You're too wicked, bad, and sinful.
Big quattro to go with the boys. Before I hit the door, you start making noise. When this year trying something
Call in right now.
staying home with you.
Call in right now.
I'm tired of the
Taking phone calls.
the constant tongue lashing.
Yeah, resign.
You come for me, I want you go with me. Wayo, then you go see how the parangos have me. Wayo, now you go know why I love me parents so.
I realize persons in the classroom.
Come along, you do bong to love this song. Wayo, then you go know why I love me parents so. Wayo, hey, come go, get them. Wayo,
I realize persons in the classroom, they're free to converse by.
get it.
Feel free to have the conversation.
Wayo, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Feel free to call. I was trying to call people myself, you know. I have some of your guys' number. If they see me calling right now, then I'm not taking Prince's phone call.
Every time when I come home from far, you accusing me for having outside woman. And when I deny, you swell up your mouth. You really know what parang is about. So while you so in,
I doubt she's gonna resign.
I go to the
She
bookie
like the power.
in the hand.
The day with power day.
Vanish
Then she gonna walk in Grand Lake.
for you,
She like power.
making two. But when we done, honey, you must parang with me. Wayo, then you
So nobody
oh, the parangos are.
and nobody have a conversation.
Oh, now you go
Nobody wants to talk.
Paranzo. Wayo, just come along. You don't want to learn this song. Wayo, now you go know why I love me Paranzo. Wayo, hey, come go, get up. Wayo, hey,
This is Caribbean Vibes.
oi, 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 oi. Feel like that, hey, hey. Give it. Hey.
Somebody say they're in therapy, but they want to have a conversation. I think I'm gonna make a spontaneous phone call this evening, you know. I'm gonna do something different this evening. I realize I don't want to do anything. I'm gonna do something different right now. Let me first pause the music and let me attempt to do this. Let me attempt to do this. I realize all you don't want to talk to me, so let me call people that want to talk to me. Let's hope that I get this person online. No answer? If I do get that person, then okay. Seems like that phone number is ringing out.
Hello.
Pleasant good evening to you, ma'am. You're live on the classroom. How are you doing this evening?
Not bad. I tried to get on a while ago and I didn't. They tell me Safari not opening for me. I don't know why.
Okay,
But
okay.
yes. So I then somebody called me right away. I said, let me see if I get it on how you call it, on YouTube.
Okay, okay,
And then
okay.
somebody called me and I was just dealing with a matter. So how may I be of service to you and your program, sir?
Yes, pleasant good day. Well, it's the Christmas season, so I just called as the parliamentary representative for St. Mark's. I just wanted you to extend to persons in St. Mark's and persons in the classroom maybe a Merry Christmas or, anything that you think that is important to inform us of. We will take the information.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity and a pleasant good afternoon to all of the students in the classroom. And you might have some co-teachers as well,
Yes,
because
yes.
you might have a principal. We have a principal, but you might have teachers. So good morning, good night to the other teachers and to all the students.
Right.
This has been, first of all, let me compliment you on a great program.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
For your consistency and for your research and all of the people who have supported you. They are wise people. They have demonstrated their wisdom by listening to your program, because that is how we learn. There are all kinds of classrooms, all kinds of schools. Some are formal, some are informal, but we learn in all of those schools. We can apply ourselves, and so commendations.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
thank you. One of the things that I would like to say, to be honest with you, I was so immersed in health in my presentation. I had so much facts and details that I kind of squeezed St. Mark in, and
Okay.
I feel I did not pay them enough service. So I want to take this opportunity to thank the people of St. Mark for continuing to register their confidence in me and their appreciation for me. I want to thank everyone who have done that. And, interestingly, even the ones who may not have voted for me or the NNP or whatever, they are still mostly, and I wouldn't say all, but mostly very cordial. And that is what I would expect: respect and cordiality. Because we want people, we want nation, and we keep saying that. We want community, and we need to work together.
Yes.
So I want to pledge my commitment to the people, my support, and to ask them to continue. Let us work together, all of us. This is a small community that has come a long way. Just a few days ago, I was speaking to a gentleman, and he said, when you drive through Victoria, it is definitely not the same, and it's not.
Definitely
Victoria
not.
has grown. The whole parish has grown.
Yes.
And I'm proud to see how some people have moved on. Some people have moved out of the parish, but to those listening who have moved out of the parish, remember, you belong to St. Mark, and you should always come.
Doctrine note for me.
I also want to take this opportunity to thank all those who supported, especially you and some others, our Christmas fiesta. It has always bothered me how we celebrate Christmas, the type of songs we hear. I am not condemning it, but I think we need a mix, we need a balance, because different people,
Yes.
gravitate towards different types of songs. And so those who like it, fine. But I like the old time, oh, come, all ye faithful.
You hear,
I'm
boss?
old school. So people from
Yeah.
old school, I get those kind of things. Joy
Yes, yes.
to the world. Some of us like it. And so
Yes,
it
yes.
gave us the opportunity to share those kinds of songs with people, to share, the little one, the fish cake, the little bakes and fish cake, and maybe a lamb, things like that.
Yes, yes.
And remember the old time days, because there has to be a mix. So all of those who made it possible, a number of friends came out
Yeah.
to assist and to do things, and I wouldn't want to start to call names lest I leave because you took me by surprise.
Yeah.
But there are a number, and everybody knows it. And there were a number of persons who sponsored certain things that we could not have. You have the bouncing castle for free, you have the treat for the children, and so on, and bringing in guests from outside of the parish, and those guests from inside the parish. Our people did well. I listened to them in the karaoke, and I said to myself, "Well, I must love one or two songs to go and bluff to show up." But it was really a nice program.
Yes, sir.
Something that families can go to, and I hope we can continue that and to encourage other parts of the island to do similarly. You don't have to do the same thing. Every parish doesn't have to do the same. But remember, different people like different things, and so any program we put in community must have a mix.
Yes.
So that persons who attend, and we did just that. Thank you so much for advertising and for encouraging some of the people who sponsored through you. I am much appreciation. We know the money is not big, but I believe in one cocoa that fills the basket.
Yes, ma'am.
So I am forever happy. I also want to say, how many more minutes I have? 2?
You go ahead, ma'am. You go ahead.
So, I look at some of the things that have been accomplished in the parish. When you're not in office, you don't get as much as.
Yes.
But some things continued. Some of the persons who were down for house repair, bathroom and toilet, but I think they call it wash. I don't know, but it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Putting a bathroom and a toilet, sanitary facilities in the homes of persons who wouldn't ordinarily get these facilities, and some of them got it. Those were started. One of the big projects was the Victoria Medical Station, and while it was well on its way, the contract was signed and so on, it was accomplished in the last year and a half, and I'm happy to see that it was allowed to continue, because we have had the experience where with the daycare center, it was in progress, and it was just shut down until NNP came back in office.
Yes,
and that wasn't nice at all. And that daycare center is so highly utilized, and there's even bigger demands that it cannot even meet. So it was an absolutely necessary project. We got some external funding to do the non-parental. It needed a little facelift, and some other things, do the kitchen, the bathroom, and so that at least it can be a secondary type of shelter. We also were able to finish the road just above it in non-parental as well. Nicely accomplished road, and I'm pleased for that. We got the lighting of Maran playing field, which contract was signed, work had started, and so on, and it has been completed.
Lovely.
Unfortunately, we started work on the Maran Community Center or Resource Center to upgrade it to a shelter where you had bathroom and toilet, but we wanted separate bathroom and toilets for the different the sexes, the male and female.
Okay,
and we wanted to upgrade the kitchen, because if you're going to have people there for a few days or a few weeks, you need a proper kitchen where some food can be cooked,
yeah,
and bathroom facilities and so on. We started to do it. We got substantially far, and now that is on hold.
Okay.
The bonnet, and it's unfortunate. I know the fishermen at Waltham have been complaining that they need some extra land, some place where they can put their bins, because now it's not so much freezing whole fish, but just keeping it chilled to a certain temperature.
Yes.
And they didn't have that, and so the administration of which I was a part saw it necessary, and they had drawings. A contract was signed by a gentleman, and when I recently asked our Prime Minister, present Prime Minister, and the Minister for Works about the status, he said they had to do reviews for the drawings. So everything is on hold, and I do hope that those fishermen get that. It was to extend the land reclamation, so that they would have some space to put their bins. And you know, Waltham is one of the fastest growing fishing area in the country.
Yes.
Um, we came in fourth after St. Andrews, St. George, St. Andrews, and St. John's. And these parishes are much, much bigger than ours. And so St. Mark coming in fourth
it's commendable.
Is really commendable.
Yeah,
and then you have a lot of young people. So you are sure that the industry will continue. So I'm hoping that can happen as well. With working in collaboration with St. Mark Women in Action, we were able to train 10 persons, eight women and 2 men in fish processing. That is the drying, the smoking, the curing, and that project was overseen by NTA and commissioned by NTA, and so they're completed and they'll be entitled to a CVQ, not NVQ, you know.
Yeah.
CVQ, which means they could go in St. Vincent's and Lucia and wherever and practice their skills.
Yes.
It is a CVQ. I'm proud of these achievements. We started, of course, with the Victoria Hotel. We had a project in mind. Government seems to have another project in mind, and that is their prerogative. We have to respect that. So we're there and we're plugging along, looking for 1 or 2 more projects to do. We have one person, and I want to empathize with that lady whose house got washed away with the slide, with the rains we got yesterday.
Okay.
So we're rallying to see how we could give her support. But of course, the government of the day has the lion's share of the responsibility to ensure that these people do have a home, the family, and they have their necessities. But as a parliamentary representative and citizens of the community, we want to empathize and to lend assistance wherever necessary. So this is just off my head. Maybe another day I will say more.
Yes.
I just want to say though, I was kind of taken aback when I heard that a certain minister had a little problem with the color of my skin because I got under his skin.
Yes.
But I just want to say everything I said when I spoke about health, that came from the document that was given to us by the government of the day, and that was put together. Each ministry did what they had to do. So if you said you're going to do XYZ and you put so much money and nothing was spent and you put it down, well, you have to put it down by law. But I'm just repeating, I'm just saying what I saw. And it is frightening. It is frightening, and I'm sorry, I know it's the Christmas season. It is frightening when so much is allocated and so little is utilized, and there's so much suffering and loss of life. I had to spend that time to speak on it. So I want to wish you, Mr. Principal, Mr. Prince, the head of the classroom, and all of the classroom, to the very best for the holiday seasons, the very best for the new year. I wish you continue to grow. You have shown a lot of promise, a lot of growth. And for those who encourage you, those who give you the support, and those who are there in your program, everybody, let us listen to the truth. There's a lot of truth in your project. By the way, I got sorrel from your father.
And you don't give me my
next I pay him yet. I know if you give me, I know how to pay for it, but whatever it is, sorrel kind of scarce up here. And I said to him, I need sorrel. And somebody called me and said, he dropped the sorrel there for you.
Doc, you will send people in Victoria. You will send people in Victoria with my father.
Well, I'm telling you, the man has sorrel, and sorrel is scarce in some areas, eh?
Yes.
So advertising for him, and so maybe he might give me what he gave me free.
Yeah.
But he's my boy, and I want to see him go, so I must pay him a little something too.
All right.
Cheers, all the very best, and thank you. God bless you, you and your family.
Oh, thank you very much.
My greetings to your wife and your family, and take best care of yourself.
Same to you.
Good day, Martinique, and all those who are listening further afield.
All right, thank you very much, Doc, and you do the same, all right?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I told you if nobody don't call it, I would have called somebody. So definitely, you know, I would have called the greatest female Caribbean leader that I know, and I remember mentioning that yesterday. Wow. Somebody's calling immediately thereafter. But let me call back that caller because I know that caller would really want to speak to me. This person, you're calling me in the wrong place, boss. You calling me in the wrong place. Allow me to call you. A pleasant good evening to you, caller, and how are you?
Pleasant good evening, sir. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I am fine. And how are you?
Well, I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. I mean, it's not of the best, but I'm wonderful. I'm grateful.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I am grateful for life.
I know many of you all already knows the voice. I know many of you all would know who I'm speaking with. Ladies and gentlemen, the boss would have called in onto the classroom program. How are you, my brother?
Well, to be quite honest, sir, I am going to be very, very, very brief. I don't have a tendency to be brief, but I will try to be brief. But I want to say first off, pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of your listeners who is locked in and listening to the classroom, class in session, who listening to the principal. I want to say hats off to you, brother, hats off to them. The program would not be successful without the listeners, you know. So I want to say pleasant good afternoon, compliments to the season for all of them, to all of them, you know. So just calling in, sharing my little, you know.
Oh, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to have you, my dear brother. It's always a pleasure. And you know, anytime you're ready, you can come in or call in. All right?
Well, I'm doing just that. But before I go, I just want to say hats off to all the you know, the honorable ministers on the opposition side. Not forgetting those on the government side as well. But our people are hurting. But we have to bring clarity. We have to bring truth when we are you know, airing our programs. And I must commend your program. Your program facilitates, you know, most of that. You understand? And that is something that needs to be highlighted. That is something that you need to give applaud to the person that is actually contributing to this program. I must say again, to the persons who is going to collect barrels on the port, all right, please be mindful that you would not be allowed to enter the port with slippers, armless, be it vests or whatsoever. You will not be able to enter the port because they turned back a lot of people today. And I got that from viable source. My neighbor is one who worked on the port. She enlightened me on that. Somebody called me again and told me, Mosky, when you're putting out the information in the morning, please remind them. So I am actually doing it here as well tonight on the class in session.
All right.
So they have to be very, very, very mindful. If you don't want to be turned back, please dress appropriately. Sneakers is allowed, but dress appropriately because you want to know that you get your stuff. You don't want to know that you leave all sauteurs and go down to the port. I want to collect your stuff. You can't get your stuff. Right. So I just say let me hang that up to dry for some of us who would be good at the port today. But Prince, before I go, I want to say something again.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I think that this government, this present administration, needs to seriously consider the way in which that they are treating the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. And sometimes I just feel as though like I was an MP. Because the kind of phone calls that I'll be receiving, it's really hurting and disturbing. Now, to the persons who had retired, from the jobs with the hopes that they would get the monies,
Yes.
and they haven't received it as yet. I am pleading to the relevant authority, which is the government of the day, to please fulfill your promise. Keep your end of the bargain, because a lot of people is hurting.
And that's a
And next, yes, I mean, because a lot of people is meeting me, having conversations with me. You have people who resign from the police force. You have people who resign from the prison. You have different sectors of the government, and I'm telling you, they are hurting. And not only that, you have each and every sector that provides some form of financial stability to the Grenada economy is actually hurting. What is it that the government is actually doing to cushion the effects, of what most people are faced with? You understand? Down to the market vendors, down to the street cleaners and all are feeling the pressure. You understand? So I don't want them to feel as though like we are ones, we are attacking them on that basis. But our programs is to bring out the information so that they can try to put things into perspective and try to do right by the people. You understand? Because the people voted for them. They voted for transparency. They voted for good governance. They voted for accountability. Right? But all three, they don't have. All three, they don't have.
I don't think they have one.
You understand? I would be as harsh as possible. Yeah. They don't have none whatsoever. They lack empathy. They don't have vision. They are incompetent. And I mean, the list could go on and on and on. You understand? And I'm saying that this is a clarion call to do right by the Grenadian, Caricoudian, and Pitimatnicans as they see fit. Because come 2027, when we go back to the polls, they would wonder if there is NBC supporters in Grenada. I rest my case. You have a lovely one,
Thank you very much, brother. You enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right.
All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was the boss. I think many of you all will know who the boss is, right? And definitely he called in today. I want to make another phone call because I want to surprise this individual. I pray that I get through with that individual. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let us hope that we get through with that caller, and let us hope that that caller answers that call. Let us hope. It would be very disappointing if they don't. But I really wish they would. I really wish they would. It's ringing. It continues to ring. I guess we're out of luck this evening. Somebody said 2027 if it reaches there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we did not get through with that caller. And I know many of you all will anticipate that I call the political leader. I know many of you all will anticipate that I do call the political leader. Now, if I can, let me just, maybe over my phone, maybe just, see how best I could maybe make contact. If it can happen, I would make sure that he can come on the program and say a pleasant good evening, or maybe wish us a Merry Christmas, or in whatever way that we can at least hear him this afternoon. I'm hoping that we can. If it can't happen, then it just can't happen. All right? Because you don't want to spontaneously call the gentleman on the evening when he might be resting. You understand me? So I really don't want to spontaneously make that phone call, all right? But however, we have but it's actually 7 o'clock, but we have a little time. We're going to go over a little 15 minutes or so today because we want to get interactive. I want to hear more persons. I want persons to call in and wish their classmates a Merry Christmas, all right? I want persons to call their class, calling and wish their classmates a Merry Christmas and so on and so forth. So let us get it, man. I'm hoping that I get that person also. Let's see. We're trying this evening because we're hoping that we might get persons, but I guess not. Somebody's saying that. Somebody's telling me try. Somebody tell me. I really don't want to just spontaneously make that phone call. Somebody just tried calling, I'm sure. I'm certain somebody just tried calling in. I don't know. For some reason, I thought I just saw someone so if the person could try calling back, I'm certain that I missed a call. I think that person is calling me straight. In order to reach me, you would need to call on WhatsApp. That's 536-5843. All right. So if you're trying to call me straight, then I'm not. You would definitely would not get me. It must be WhatsApp. So I would have just sent a message. If you could check the message, then maybe we can have a conversation. I don't know whether or not I would, because I would really have loved to have you guys maybe have a conversation this evening. Let's see if it is possible. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is not possible that we have that conversation this evening. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure as per usual. To have been here this evening, to have conversations with you guys. Don't forget, we want you guys to have... Okay, somebody's calling in. Let me just answer that call. A pleasant good evening, and how are you?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I would like to big up all the NNP people on the live tonight.
Yes.
We have to be more brief.
Yeah?
We too dead, man.
You're fine.
Come on, guys. It's the holiday. It's a merry time. Come on. Do better.
I guess they maybe need to calling and say much more. I guess that's what you want.
Of course.
All right.
mean, it's the time where we get together, merry, party, do whatever. But
We're
the
dead.
love is there.
All right.
So I would like to wish everybody happy holidays
Okay, thank you.
and hope to see you guys next year where we come better and bigger.
All right.
But please be more brief. All you too dead.
All right. We'll ensure that we employ that in the class. Unite, brace up your guys' self. All right. Thank you so
Happy
very
holidays,
much.
everybody.
All right. Thank you. You enjoy the rest of the day.
All right, you too.
All right.
Bye bye.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're saying. Call in. Wish your classmates a Merry Christmas. What are you guys scared of? You understand me? Why are you guys so scared? You understand me? Fear not. You know what I mean? Fear not. You know? Let me see if I can get onto one of my good friends this evening. He's a very busy man. And we calling him in the classroom today. He has to answer when we call him in the classroom. He's refusing to answer his phone. He is refusing to answer his phone. He don't want to be a part of the classroom, I guess. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we would end the program for this evening. All right. But however, I want to wish each and every one of you guys Merry Christmas. Thank you so very much for the support that was given throughout the year. The commendations, the encouragement, the assistance when needed, the persons who just gave information, maybe some of them just saying, Prince, I heard this, research it, let's get to know more. I really, really do admire the fact that you all lay that level of confidence in me. The mere fact that you all gave me the opportunity to be in your home, on your in your social media, the many persons who followed me, and some persons genuinely, and you can tell, when you meet persons, there are persons who genuinely like, hey, is this Royalty James? And I'm like, yeah, you understand me, sorry. And they're genuine, like, yo, hey, I listen to your program, I like listening to your program, and so on and so forth. Listen to me. As long as it comes to injustice of our Grenadian people, you would continue hearing my voice and many others. We within the new National Party have no intention of giving up anytime soon. And whenever we get back to the polls, ladies and gentlemen, it will be a reminder that we have not slipped during that time. We have always been up and ready. You understand me? So thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys so much for the love. I want to extend, a heartfelt thank you, especially to my friends and my family. Right? So anyone say, all year we study hard. That's why we so quiet. Yeah. So I really, 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 really do want to say how much, I appreciate you guys. Many persons who have reached out and many persons who have given the encouragement. For those of you who don't know, I am being honest, maybe about twice since I started this program, I felt at one point of giving up, and then, persons who called and encouraged, and persons who said, yo, listen, I love listening to your program. Some persons, and even last week, somebody said to me, why don't you have the program every day? And I'm like, some persons are like, keep it that how it is. I like this spontaneous sometimes, and you can't please everybody, right? You can't please everybody. But ladies and gentlemen, as I said, from my household to yours, I want to say thank you very much and have yourself a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Maybe I would sing it some other time, but all for today, I would just wish you guys a Merry Christmas and all the best for 2024. We will do airing next week. I will be on after Christmas. So we would do a year-end, class in session. But however, for today, this is going to be our last broadcast before the Christmas season. And so on Friday, I would be in St. George's, right? We would enjoy some time again in St. George's on Friday. And I want each and every one of you to have yourself a wonderful time. Somebody said, don't give up, bro. Even though I miss it, I go back and listen. Thank you very much. Somebody's Danley Alexis is saying, time for NNP to give up. Okay, no problem. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. No class party. So today was class party. So right before we leave, ladies and gentlemen, our last song before class party ends. Let us enjoy. So again, it was a pleasure. Yours, Royalty James. I'm signing out just before Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Before I hit the door, you start making noise. house cleaning. Vanish the chairs for you, black cake I'm making too. But when we done, honey, you must parang with me. Well, yo, then you go see how the parang love me. Well, yo, now you go know why I love me parang so. Well, yo, just come along, you don't want to learn this song. Well, yo, now you go know why I love me parang so. Well, yo, hey, come go, get up. Well, yo, hey,
This is
come go.
Caribbean Vibes.
Oi, 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 oi. Feel like that, hey, hey. Give it. Hey. When parang music get inside you, babe, you don't want to hear about nothing again. Quattro strumming, marang shaking bass for me. Baba show me wine and pastel passing. Sneaking up on your partner to sing a levanta, and then you go cross by Healy Bar. Going by people you never see and making them happy. Do bunk for rum at all, just a good serenade. Well, yo, then you go see how the parangos of me. Well, yo, now you go know why I love me parang so. Well, yo, just come along, you the bunk to learn this song. Well, yo, now you go know why I love